everyone, and welcome to today's video. God, it is so echoey in here. I'm trying not to have it echo, but you know what? It is what it is. Anyways, so here's the famous writing vlog that I've just been procrastinating. So much so that I'm recording this before I have to leave for work. The day before this is supposed to go up. Anyways, so this writing vlog. Because I've basically stopped writing book 4 so I can edit book 3 and get it ready for its publication. I haven't really been doing much with book 4, so everything we're talking about today is about book 3, which honestly, probably better because there's a lot of things I cannot mention about book 4 because book 3 isn't even out yet. And let's just say that a lot of things happen in specifically book 3 that are very spoilerish. And it's a whole mess. Because I did a lot with this book, which is actually one of my points is there's so much going on in this book. I didn't realize it until now, but like the reason that, so I find personally that I did pretty decently with pacing with the first and second book. There were obviously points where it was probably slower paced, but with the third book, it's like this, constantly. There's a purpose for every scene. Purpose for every scene, that's it. It's amazing, honestly. But I sometimes fear that it's too fast-paced. Of course, it's probably not. I'm probably just thinking it is because I like to overthink things. But yeah, there's so much going on. I'm in like the last third of the book for editing this round. And oh my god. I forgot that I literally made the last third of the book the entire, like, ending of the book. That's the entire ending of the book. It's the last third of the book. So for anyone who is going to read the book, be warned that like your last third of the book is going to be like this. Like it's moving because it is the end. I literally wrote the last third of the book within days or like a few weeks because it was just too quick. I was trying to write so much in so little time, which is why the last third probably needs the most edits because it was I just had to write and I had to write and I had to write. That's how the endings work for me because I know how I want things to end. Do I know how I want book 4 to end? Nope, because it's going to be the final book and I have no idea what I'm going to do. I also want to mention that because of how I write, I apparently write just a very basic, important stuff for, the the first draft. And so this book keeps getting longer. Last night, I passed 132,000 words on this book. So if you love long books, you're gonna love this one. Whew. Something else I've noticed is I do a lot of time jumps. Okay, so for anyone that's curious, the first book had quite a few time jumps as well, because it took place over a year. Second book took place over like a little over a month, and there there were no serious time jumps there. You got to see that whole month with the characters. Now, book 3 takes place over the course of around 6 months. So I have done some time jumps because I'm a fool who puts in too many character POVs, even though they are necessary. And I took one out for this book because it didn't really seem like I needed it. It is going back in for book 4 because, yeah. So there's a lot of time jumps. There was one time jump I just laughed myself at because it was literally a time jump of like 5 weeks. And that's the largest time jump I think I've done in this book specifically with that character. With the other character, with a different character, the time jumps kind of make more sense because there's not much going on in their life. Except a very set schedule. Something else I want to talk about. I have actually finished the book cover and final synopsis of King of Death and Daggers. That will be revealed next week because I'm not revealing it now. I want it to be its own separate video. But I'm just announcing that I have done it and I have finished it in time, so you'll see it on the 24th. Let's just get something out of the way here while I'm talking about my third book and editing it. I just want to say, I'm not a typically ruthless person. At least I don't think myself as a ruthless person. However, there are some characters I've written that are just ruthless. I will share one little teaser quote from the third book to showcase how absolutely awful some characters are. Now, this is just a quote from a character that we haven't had much time with because they were mentioned in the first book, never really seen again until book 3 because they're a royal. And I didn't spend much time on them until this book because, frankly, when was their time? Let's get this quote out of the way, this little teaser quote. I don't care for your uncanny ability to manage to fight your way out of capture. I don't care to prove myself honorable like some others. I only care that I keep my own interests protected, which means I will use whatever is at my disposal to get you back to that palace. Now, be a good boy and drop your weapon. It's amazing that I was able to write something like that, because I would never act like this. It's so nice to write. Anyways, last point that I want to say about this writing vlog is I may have screwed myself over when I made chapter titles for my first and second book, because I was planning on coming up with chapter titles for the chapters when I was editing this round, but I didn't, and now I'm in like chapter 23, and it's kind of too late to go back and just come up with them, so guess I gotta go back, read through it all again, and then come up with the chapter titles for each chapter. Woo-wee, it's a good thing I have a decent amount of time till the book is going to be released so that I can work on this. But yeah, I was stupid not to write down chapter titles because I should have done that. Did I? No. So, look forward to next week when I do the whole reveal of my cover and synopsis and the month of which I'm releasing King of Death and Daggers. And, yeah. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you want to see more content from me, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you get notified when I post a new video. Because we all know how good I am at being on time. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!